Old geezer is right. Good morning, guys. How's it going? I got me a little matcha green tea. Got it at Publix. Hey, that's not bad at all. It's sweetened with something, I don't know what. Maybe beaver milk. Maybe some hippie put beaver milk in it. Actually quite tasty. Hey, I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers. He sent me these. Sent me a pair of these SHOWA Chemrest. These happen to be extra large and they work great for me. Yeah. He saw me on one of my vids getting my ass tore up by bees. They weren't happy that day. I think it was 60 degrees. It was cloudy. Martin and I are going through the hives. And I didn't have my act together that day. I quickly threw a veil on. I had a big gap under here. I must have taken 50 hits. I mean, you talk about bee venom therapy. I got it, guys. Yeah, I got it. It was just freaking fabulous. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out here doing busy work. I've got some cups, homemade queen cups. I got a little start on them here. Rick Sutton got me turned on to this. Yeah. Him and his wife do it. She helps him with beekeeping. She does his grafting. Yeah. How cool is that, guys? How cool is that? I just been doing 3 dips. I got a ghee butter jar here. Just put water in it. And I come over here to the side of the pot. I dip it in. I don't know. Quarter inch or so. Then I go right to the cold water. That's it. That's it. Maybe Rick's got a different deal he does. I don't know. Then I grow this thumbnail a little long. This wax isn't super hot yet. And the extra wax, you just throw it back in the pot. But yeah, there's your cup. And then I just take my thumbnail and work it off. Put your stick in. This is a 5/16 dowel you get at Lowe's, whatever. So there's your cup. Yeah. Or if you're feeling frisky, just order them at your bee supply place. JZBZ cups. I don't know. It's kind of fun here dipping these things. They actually have, back in the day I saw where they had it's kind of cool. It had a round hub with a hand crank on it. And it had attached to this, as you come around, they had a pot of melted wax. When you come around with it, the dowels were hanging like this, dangling off of a pivot pin here. And if I get to like it, I might even build one of them things. It don't look that tough. And you just slowly crank it around. And you got a pin through here and they're just dangling. And you go into the wax, you preset it, so it's the same each time. And you keep going, you keep cranking, it comes out of that into a little tray of water. And then you just crank it around again, so 3 trips around will give you the same thing I'm doing here. So yeah. So I'm got quite a few of these cranked out. Yeah. So Michael Buck, South Carolina. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. These are cool. They're tough. They're a chemical type glove. They're a gauntlet. They got plenty of slack here. You can pull it up over your bee suit. These I thought would be bulky when I first looked at them. You're not going to pick up a queen with them, but when you're out there heavy duty working bees and making splits, you know how ornery they get. Yeah, I went out and pulled those up. I don't know what Buck paid for them, but seemed like he said he was getting them on eBay, but I'm not sure. But I pulled them up. They were $34. They're probably just as good, if not better, than your goat skin gloves or deer skin gloves. I think the ones you get at the bee supply place, I think they are goat skin. Yeah, could be. I got to make up for all these hurricane losses I had in 24. So 25 is going to be a build-up year for me. Hopefully I can make a little honey. I don't know. There's 2 double stacked 8s out here that we're going to be robbing resources off of, getting more started. I picked up, let me show you this first. We're going to do some grafting. This is a nice little rig right here. This is on a little swivel action deal. This is a Lowe's product. Energizer headlamp. It had a band on it, but what I did, as you can see here, I took the band off and I just took one of them rubber bands you get on celery or whatever, and I used it to go through there, as you can see, and I lashed it to this little plate here. This little plate here came off of something, and I don't know what it came off, to be honest with you. And I just took some brass, I don't know, those are 832 screws, and I put it onto this. This is like a 2-power. The beauty of this thing is, especially when you turn the light on, you can look right in the cells. So that's cool. I got that going on. I've been liking my grease guns. So I bought another grease gun for Beetles. I think I paid $20 for this on Amazon. Yeah. I did all the hives out here with 2 guns, 2 loads of the gun. So I said, no, I need to get another one of these. Yeah. Now, when you're doing this, you see it ratcheting down, and you do your grease on the end bars, you only need about a 4-inch line right in the center on the end bars, and they're cleaning it up. And this grease, that recipe, the guy told me it takes care of varroa mites too, so that would be very cool. So I got 2 of these now when I go to the field. Plus I'll carry it, depending on how many. I'm going to try to build up for 40 colonies. I mean, I want at least 40 colonies, honey production colonies. You know them suckers got to be fat. That's my plan. 25, build up, build up, build up. So that's what we're going to do. I also got a little station here. I got me a little Beetle barn station here, guys. Let me show you this thing. I've got some number 50. They call it B50 bowstring material. Okay, I used to make long bows, was one of my crazy hobbies. I finally quit doing that. When I found out, I said, why am I busting my ass to make these bows when you can make when you can buy those Amazon bows for $100, $100. They are sweet too. They're China. I'll tell you what, them Chinese people, they got it together when it comes to that kind of stuff. But anyway, what I'm doing here is taking my beetle parts, and I've got a T-pin, and I melt a little hole in it, and I wallow it out slightly, and I pass this B50 through it. I was stapling them, and they just keep, you keep punching holes through them, they just start breaking up. So those beetle barns are nice. I like them. I use them, but they're a maintenance issue. You got to keep cleaning them out every month, rebaiting them. I've got it down to kind of like a little science here. Here's one I've done right here. See, you just whip a couple of granny knots in it, close it up. What happens? They start popping open. I don't want no bees getting in these things because I'm shooting Max Force roach gel in there, and it'll probably kill a bee. So we don't want that. So yeah, whip a couple granny knots in there. I got a whole bucket of them there. It didn't take me long at all to do that. So that helps keeping these beetles in check. You've got to keep them in check, guys. You have got to keep them in check. Now, a lot of guys using those Swiffer sheets and all this craziness. I don't know. I played with that a little bit, and then I just said, yeah, laughed about it and forgot about it. But, whatever turns you on, whatever blows your hair back, you got to try stuff. That's the beauty of these little YouTube channels. My system, whatever I do, guys, you may want to try it. And if you don't like it, just move on, It's no big deal. But at least you tried it. And I don't know why I'm sitting here. I could be dipping. I could be dipping instead of BSing. See, there's a nice one. You don't want them too deep. 3/8 tall be God's plenty. Here's a regular factory one right here. That's inside a cell protector. But there's your factory one right there. That's a JZBZ. And this is what most commercial guys use. But Rick, I was talking to Rick. He said him and his wife, they dip their own. Now, I don't know what kind of a dipping deal he's got going on, but I'm just sitting here. This old geezer's just sitting here kind of playing around. Just busy work, If I can stay out of Miss Daisy's hair, guys, if I can stay out of her hair, come out here and hide in my shop, my man cave out here. This is my beekeeper man cave out here. Yeah. So this year Steve-O wants to graft. I want to set up a cell builder utilizing a cloak board. I like the cloak board idea. There's a ton of methods out there. You can just take and load up a 5-framer with a ton of brood in it. Nurse bees, because everything coming out of that brood is going to be a nurse bee. You could load up a 5-framer. I've seen a lot of people do it that way. Now there's a pretty little cup right there. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people just doing that, but I kind of like the idea. You've got a massive amount of bees. And the cloak board, what you're going to do there is go downstairs if you've got a double stacked hive and bring all that sealed brood up top. Put a pollen frame up there and a honey frame. Maybe put them on the outside. And right next to your graft, put a pollen frame. So you rifle through there, the existing colony, and get all those goodies. But you want a nice strong hive, so you just pump the sugar water to them in the spring. And what I've been doing here lately is pumping 4 pounds of sugar to 3 gallons of water with 5 drops of tea tree oil in there. And they're sucking it down, guys, like their ass is on fire. Yep, they are sucking it down, and these hives are building up. We got a lot of natural stuff coming in now. I see the cherry laurel is in full swing. So yeah, I want to get these bees going. I want to make a lot of bees. That's the idea. Get them on the waterfront. And then, you know, when hurricane season starts coming in September, be extremely vigilant. Extremely vigilant. And you see one storm whipping up, them bees are coming off the waterfront, guys. And I've told my homeowners down there what my game plan is. They said, yeah, much stuff as you lost last season, you don't want a repeat of that action. And that would be a hell to the no. We don't want any more of that devastation. So I'm back at the gym now. Guess who's driving me to the gym? Because Miss Daisy's all puckered up about me driving. And I told her this coming week, today's Friday, this coming week, I'm back in the saddle. I'm driving. She's like, oh, and then I get a little eye roll, you know. The surgeon said, whenever you feel you're ready. I said, I'm feeling strong, man. He says, I know you want to get back to that gym, don't you? I said, hell yeah. If I don't get back to that gym and get myself in shape, what kind of a beekeeper am I going to be? I'm going to be out of gas. And I've seen a lot of beekeepers, guys, abusing their bodies, eating junk, smoking, just ton of stupid. Let me tell you something, guys. There is no more smoking in my life. There is no more booze consumption, no more beer consumption. And all those guys I used to hang out with that were doing all that, I had to let them go, guys. And I suggest you do the same thing. Just let them go. Move on. Because they all end up dying an early death. Yeah, they do. They die an early death. And it's not necessary. You don't need to die early. And if you're not in good shape, you're not going to be much of a beekeeper. Because this is physical work. But it's work that you will get, and more you do it, guys, the more you do it, let me tell you something. The more you do what I do, the more addicted you get to this lifestyle. Okay? I'm just trying to shoot you the straight skinny, guys. I damn sure don't know it. I damn sure don't know it all, that's for sure. And I've done a ton of mistakes in my life. But, you know, at some point, guys, we all have to grow up. Let's face it. We all have to grow up. I'm going to put a little flat spot. I'm holding it right up there next to the pot. And make it a little flat spot on it because I got a frame here that I'm going to put these on. And the plan is here with these cups is to not buy the JZBZ. I mean, granted, they're not that expensive, but I don't know if I can crank out some queen cells with these homemade cups. I think that'd be just cool as heck. Pretty good trick, man. I had made some of these here a year ago. I was going to use them. I never did. This year we'll give her a go. Hey, if it doesn't work out, you know, you got this option too. You got this option here. This is a JZBZ cell cup holder. And you've already got the pinholes in it. And none of this stuff is that expensive. You see all them holes? You just shove it in there. It's a pressure fit. And let's see what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For my small operation, guys, you're hatching off queen cells, right? Well, what are you going to do with them once they hatch? They're going in this incubator right here. I just fired this up yesterday. My homemade incubator. This is a wine cooler, guys. That's what this is, a wine cooler. And what I got in here, I've got a little honey. Look how thin that honey has been sitting there overnight. The Florida Gary, the Florida Cracker, gave me that honey right there a long time ago. I still got it. It's been in there for years. It never goes bad. And I got this is all set up here for my virgins when they come out. This is not a bad way to go right here. All I did for this thing was drill a little hole here, and I passed monofilament around and tighten it up on those cages, so I could put a bunch of cages in. I only need, guys, about 10 or so at a time. That's all I need. And I'm just going to try to burn out that every month. Try to burn out 10 a month. Put them queen cells in a starter nuke, 5-framer. Hey, let them hatch. Let them go 30 days. Or even 60 days and see what she does. See what kind of laying pattern she's got. If she's looking good, yeah, you can requeen. You can feed the heck out of that 5-framer. Let her fatten that box up. Go from a 5 into an 8 or a 5 into a 10. Whatever turns you on. And then you're getting right into honey production. And I have got locations on the waterfront that are just, I mean, jam up. I got some good people down there, guys, that they're kind of like, you know, they're kind of environmental freaks. They love the place down. That's why they moved there, to be on the water. They got their little boats and stuff. They go out there and catch nothing. The fishing in Florida anymore, guys, when I was growing up as a kid, was unbelievable. It was unbelievable how great the fishing was. But now it's just, and you got the red tide. And why did we get red tide? Well, we get red tide because road salt and oils and all this junk. And then you got all these leaky septic tanks all coming in. Yeah, it's terrible, guys. Absolutely terrible. Quality of the water's gone way down. The shellfish are, I don't know. I don't even think I'd want to eat a shellfish out of this water around here anymore. We used to be able to go down and get oysters, quahog clams. We used to get some great big quahog clams, guys. I mean, like this, to make clam chowder. I don't know. I think them days are gone. What a crying shame, you know, guys? Crying shame. But I didn't come here to cry on your shoulder. I'm just telling you what's going on here. And hopefully someone in power will start getting their head out of their booty, figuring this stuff out. I am not happy, guys, with what's going on with this mosquito control people. They have got to do it. They say, we got to do it. We got dengue fever. We got this. We got that. They're not only killing mosquitoes, guys. They're killing deer flies. Well, you know, guys, God put all these creatures on this planet for a reason, okay? They're food items for the bottom of the chain. It's exactly what they are. And all that mosquito larvae in there swimming around is feeding all those little mosquito fish. These little mosquito fish are getting eaten by bigger fish, and you see, you know, how the whole deal goes. But the water quality is really starting to suck. We're basically poisoning ourselves. That's a real pretty looking little cup right there now. So, anyway, I just thought I better do a video, get you guys filled in on my game plan. I want to, hey, I'm getting strong, guys. I'm feeling good, strong. My brain, my freaking brain, when I come out of that deal, I got like a 5-year-old brain. Look at this tool here, guys. This is a master grafting tool. I'm guessing you hold it like this. You just go right down in the cell. And you get a just hatched larva. They're very small. The very small comma. You pull this tongue out, push down on this lever, and that tongue comes out, and you go right down in there with your binos on, and you dip that larva out of there with a little royal jelly on it. Then you come over to your bar that I'm fixing to load up, and you set that down in there, and just let off the lever. And it deposits the larva right in there pretty. I've never used one of these. I've been using the German grafting tool, and it works fine. I did a bunch of grafts with that. It works fine. But this is kind of cool, the way they did this. And what happened, Martin bought that thing. You can get them, if you just go to Amazon, pull them, you can get them for like 13 bucks. You go to Man Lake, you're looking at 50 bucks for that stupid tool. You don't need to spend that kind of money. But the problem there is what the Chinese send you, the tongues, that little tongue that comes out, it's garbage. Martin said it's totally garbage. So what he did is went to the better manufacturer. He bought a package of tongues, and they're fairly cheap. I went out there and looked. I think $4 a piece, the tongues. And the better companies, I think he said he bought the better tongues at Daydown. But I see they have replacement tongues for the $50 tool that they have at Man Lake. So they got to be quality, those tongues in that. So there's your deal. You can spend like $13 for that tool. Go out there and look. I've seen them low as 10 bucks. I've seen them as high as $22. But that beats the hell out of $45 at Man Lake. Yeah. So we're going to put that tool to use. That'll be cool. We're going to put these gloves to work. Thank you very much, Michael Buck, South Carolina. I think the old boy felt sorry for me when he saw me get my ass tore up, but I was just scraping stingers out of my hands. Dummy me, I was too lazy to take my white vinegar bottle out there with me, spray bottle, and I could have sprayed myself, and they wouldn't have kept chewing my ass up, but it is what it is. I said, well, I'll take a little hammering. I won't be out here that long. Right. When they lay down that banana smell coming out of that venom, you guys, them bees just keep coming to that banana smell and just keep hammering you. They said, we'll fix you up, Steve-O. We'll give you bee venom therapy to start your 2025 season. That's what they said. So yeah, I'm just doing some busy work out here in the staying out of Miss Daisy's hair. She went with me to the gym, guys. She's never been to the gym. But she's driving me. And I told her, I said, I'm going to be driving next week. And she gave me a little eye roll, guys. A little eye roll. It'll be fine, guys. I'll be fine. What Miss Daisy's been doing for me, too, she bought a word search thing where you go in, you find, on one side of the page, it gives you all the words. And then you come over to this side of the sheet, and they got all the letters. And what you do is go around and map out the word. But she said, instead of doing that, because they gave me a sheet at the hospital to practice with. And it was just letters. And you go over, they give you the letters at the top, say about 4 letters. And you go through that whole panel. And maybe an M, an E, an X, a Y, whatever. And you go through there and take you a highlighter and highlight each one of those letters or whatever's up top. Instead of doing the whole word, you just looking for letters. When I first started doing that, guys, I was missing over half of them. And what I have is a left side deficit. And I was mainly a major fall risk. So I couldn't even I was trapped, guys. I couldn't get out of bed to use the bathroom. I had to hit the nurse button. They'd come in, transfer me to a wheelchair, wheel me in, get out of the wheelchair, careful, like turn around, sit on the pot. And that's what I did, guys, for 14 friggin' days. Doctor come in, he says, how you doing? I said, can't wait to get out of this jail. He said, you're not in jail. I said, I might as well be. I can't get out of bed and walk around or nothing. Well, you're a fall risk. I said, I'm in jail. He didn't think I was too funny. Anyway, that's the update on old Steve-O. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're going to make a lot of bugs in 25. I know I am. I'm gonna try to make some honey. I gotta make bees, honey, and then make some money. All right, guys. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, what's up? You got the old Steve-O here. I've come up with something. I think it's gonna work out great. A new market. I haven't seen anybody do this out there, but I want to set up a new market, and what I want to do is start selling honeybees by the quart. All right, so here it is. Look at it. I got quart jar full of honeybees. I'm pulling your leg, guys. I set up these 2 jars here. I'll tell you what, these bees are so doggone hungry right now. They want to get it on, baby. They want to get it on. Look at these hornets here too. I'm gonna smash your little ass, girl. Yeah, they are getting it on, guys. So just for fun, guys, I had this quart jar of feed in a bucket in there in the barn, and it's been sitting there for 2 weeks. And this liquid I got here is 4 pounds of sugar to 3 gallons of hot water. I mix it up in a 5-gallon bucket here. I'm not at the point where I'm gonna start filling my big trash can in here with a pump. I got a circulated pump and all that, but I'm too small right now because I'm just building back up. But anyway, I had that quart jar, and I thought, man, that stuff's got to be turned into vino by now. So anyway, so just for giggles, I came out here and I had a bunch of that's what I normally throw. It's pine straw in my 5-gallon bucket. Keep the bees from drowning. But look at this, guys. I shoved, that thing was full right up to here. I shoved a big handful of pine needles in. Then I pulled it up top, high, so you had all this liquid up here so they could start feeding, work their way down. But look at that. It's all the way to the bottom, guys. It's only been sitting there 2 hours. 2 freaking hours. Man, them suckers are hungry. Wow. Oh, these girls are coming along. I don't know what I got here, but that doesn't look very robust. But I want to show you this tree here. Years ago, when 99 actually, when I pulled into Dodge here, I dumped a load of corn right here. Whole 50-pound bag. And my son, that's before we had the barn in up here, and he would drive in and park over here, and he said, Dad, he come in there and woke me up. Dad, that's when he was going to college. He was running back and forth. Dad, you wouldn't believe it. I pulled in, the lights hit this great big wild pig. He knew I was baiting out here, so when he pulled in, he would check it, you know, deer or whatever. He said, man, I seen a great big old black pig up there on your corn. So I came out, sure enough, he cleaned it all up. I said, let's catch a pig. So I started building me a hog trap right here, right in here. Built me a hog trap. And as I was building the trap, I kept throwing corn in. Saw a lot of chain link, and I buried some in the ground. No, I put chain link on the floor so he couldn't dig out. And had a big old aluminum plate that I used for a guillotine door. Anyway, it took about a week to complete the trap. I was doing a little bit here and there. And I set it, and the first night, boom, I had that great big old pig in there. Big old bar hog. Come to find out, I said, who the heck is cutting these hogs around here? Come to find out, over here on Arrow, at the end of Arrow, there was some dude in there raising hogs. And they keep getting out, you know, digging out, whatever. And it's not that far. They got to cross Bear Creek and come over here. But this whole corridor goes here, right north, across Bear Creek, or into Bear Creek. But I want to show you this fruit tree here. This is how this fruit tree happened. I was diving dumpsters, feeding these hogs. And I ended up I actually processed this big hog I had here because he was a bar hog. I said, man, that's got to be some good meat. So we capped him and took him to the butcher over here on county line. He butchered it up, and we had some good pig meat out of that. But I was raising the hogs, and they reset the trap, or rebaited here. More hogs came from this dude over here, and next thing I know, I got a mommy and 5 piglets. Mommy came, she was pregnant. We loaded them in my trap here. I said, man, I got too many pigs. So they were just in the trap. So I built another enclosure around. Well, it used to be all around in there. This ain't even my property, by the way, guys. You know, I'm kind of like, you've heard of shotgunning bees. If I find a really good spot for bees, I just move on in there, set up. I used to get caught once in a while, get my ass chewed. But, you know, sometimes in those deals, guys, you just got to polish your silver tongue, you know? And say, God, and I blame it on Jimmy all the time. That doggone Jimmy, the guy'd be chewing my ass. I said, that doggone Jimmy, he's always getting me in trouble. He said, who the hell's Jimmy? I said, he's a guy I know, and he finds spots for me. And he said it was legal to put them in here. He said, I don't know any damn Jimmy, and I don't know you, and you need to get these bees out of here. Well, time I got done, guys, I had to polish my tongue real quick. And time I got done talking to that fella, he says, because I told him, oh my God, we're right in the middle of that crop, and man, I'd like to stay there. I can give you some honey and this and that. And he said, oh, hell with it. He seemed like a good enough guy. Just keep the bees in there. But I do want a little honey. I said, okay, no problem. I'll fix you up every year if I get back in next year. Yeah, I'll go ahead, he said, hell with it. So that's how that happened. So I'm going to the dumpster diving, right, to feed these hogs, because it gets expensive if you're pouring these pellets down them. And I had a whole bunch of oranges. That's how this tree come about, guys. Because I was taking the manure and throwing it out here, and up sprouts. I had 4 of these citrus trees, and that's a juice orange. Them oranges, guys, came from a rootstock. Just came from a seed out of a hog's ass, and made that tree. I mean, it's deadly too, guys. I mean, it is deadly. Look at the spikes coming out of this thing. Look at these spikes. These fruit pickers, I mean, if they're going through this kind of stuff, they earn all the money, because if you fell down on this tree, man, you'd be jabbed 16 ways from Sunday. But yeah, the fruit on it, I never eat the fruit. I mean, I juiced them, and even, you know, and I ate the fruit. That fruit is just as sweet as it can be. And I just wanted to show you, the bees are really working this thing. Right here, 1st of March, end of March is when our orange trees bloom in Florida, whatever's left of them. We had that greening come in here and kill out, and I've tried planting some here in the yard. That greening came in and killed them. But this tree, for whatever reason, it's hardy as heck. It just keeps on getting it on. And the bees are all up in here pollinating that. I mean, I got all these bees here, so they're pollinating the heck out of these things. And back in the day, I used to hit a lot of groves, and the grovers would say, we don't really need your bees. These citrus trees, they pollinate themselves, you know. But I'm looking up in there, there's a lot of future bloom fixing to happen right there. Yeah, it's all the little white bubbles there. But I'll tell you what, guys, these bees are hitting this thing hard. Just as they open, it'll be slap full of oranges. I can't believe these oranges are still hanging on. Here we are, in March. You see these oranges here, and but they've actually shrunk down a bit, because they're normally. See, there's a bee right there on that bloom right there. She's working away. My bees are workers, guys, you know. I guess they get it from me, you know, because you know what a hard worker I am, right? So they see what kind of work I'm putting into things, and they adopt that same mindset, you know. All right, guys. I pulled your leg enough. But I just had to show you, you know, we can start selling bees by the quart, you know. Let me take and show you that again. I don't know if anybody's selling bees by the quart, but look at that. I just may open up a whole new market, guys. Bees by the quart. I'll see you later, guys. I'm getting so full of it, my eyes are turning brown. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.